Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Pandora First Contact. And I'll just come right out and say it, ladies and gentlemen, I done goofed. I recorded 2 episodes of this game, along with 4 episodes of Mountain Blade, and I didn't have my microphone working, so there was no commentary. I considered perhaps playing the video and re-recording commentary over it, but that seemed way too tedious for me, and I finally just decided that it would be best if I catch you all up as to what's going on. So the most important thing since the last video is that I now have 2 new cities. I have Adrianople here in the east, and I have Sardis here in the west. And either this will be the end for me in terms of cities, or I might build one up here to take advantage of this research booster here. But that seems to be where I want to be. I do have some gold finally now. I am allied to Terra Salvum. They finally accepted an alliance, and I am at peace with everyone else. I have a non-aggression pact, actually, with everyone else. I wanted to keep Noxium open so that I could attack them at some point, but they paid me good money to be non-aggressive, so I decided that was what I wanted to do. It has been suggested in the comments to the videos that I should take a more aggressive approach, and let me just say right now that that will unfortunately not work. I am grossly outnumbered by all of the other factions. They are stronger than me in both economy and research, and really, honestly, they are much stronger than me in military. Pound for pound, my troops are better than theirs, as is the strength of this faction, and the fact that for some reason they are not upgrading very well. A lot of their troops still have, for example, steel armor. But that doesn't matter, because if my troops get attacked by 3 or 4 different troops in one turn and get flanked, those bonuses quickly disappear and I get stomped. So my goal really, for the time being, has been to research appropriate things and build up my infrastructure and try to get a lot of units out there so that when war does eventually come, that I'm able to compete. So I may lose this game at this point. Maybe it's too late. Maybe my start was too late. But I think now that I'm allied with Terra Salvum, that if hostilities happen, they will come to my aid and we can potentially do some good things. So that is the plan. Let's see, what else is new? I just noticed I'm running out of minerals. That's something I need to keep a focus on. I should build a mine here as soon as I can. But 11's not that big a deal. That's still a lot of minerals. I created some new units. I have the Varangian, which is my mech unit, and I have the Toxophyllite, which is Greek for lover of archery. It is my sniper unit. It was suggested, the name that is, by Hithrael, and I want to thank Hithrael for that. And it is from the Greek words toxon, which means bow, and phylos, which means loving. And as you can see, they're very similar to the Greek fire throwers, except for their gun is longer and less flamey, I suppose. I've also upgraded everyone to Zortium armor, which is the next armor up in the chain. We still have not gone into the age of mechanization, even though all 3 of our enemies, well, 2 of our enemies and 1 of our allies have. So we're just basically trying to survive here until we're in a better position to do great things. I'm keeping the fungus here as kind of a deterrent. I built this particular expansion because A, it was really easy for me to do so, and B, it was surrounded by fungus, but C, it gives me access to research bonus, which I'm behind everyone in research, so I felt that was necessary, and eventually we'll have some extra farm, though we're doing pretty well with food. I created this, as you can probably guess, for the gold, because we're in desperate need of money. When I do finally get to fighting with Noxium, obviously it's going to be important for me to take Argentarius right away and probably go straight down to Bardi and take their gold. I don't think Rothschild's is all that valuable. It looks like just a mining colony. There's nothing really necessary around it that they don't already have elsewhere. So that is that. So I guess we can go ahead and get started. Let me just remind myself where I'm at exactly. Okay, so I'm producing the pollution processor and the Wendo apartments. I have done some economic planning and moved some farmers over to workers. I probably should put a miner in there at some point because, as we mentioned, my minerals, that's how you say it, minerals are running out and we need more. Thessalonica is eventually going to be my mineral and production hotspot, so I have 2 construction bays, 3 mines, eventually a 4th mine. And I don't know what to do with the Garden of Eden. Like, it would make sense to build a farm on it, unless that destroys the Garden of Eden. Now, I know building a mine on top of the gold didn't destroy the gold, and building a mine on top of the isogen crystals doesn't ruin that either, and building a science lab over the observatory doesn't ruin that either, but I'm just really nervous that I'll destroy my Garden of Eden, probably unnecessarily, but there you have it. As you have more cities, you control more land, and that's good, but what's negative is that your cities grow at a standard rate. So if you have one city, all that growth goes to the one city, and it grows rather fast. But when you have 5 cities, that growth is spread out, and so your cities all grow 5 times as slowly as one city would. Here's my former. I wanted to leave these 3 unbuilt upon because they have forest on them and they have negative pollution, which is a good thing. Let's see, where am I? I'm not going to be spending here. That's good. And there's no reason to build a mine. Well, I guess that wouldn't hurt to build a mine, but we would lose that level of pollution. Although pollution here is not too bad. In fact, there is none currently, and there's +2 morale. My taxes are rather low. I'm building a quantum physics laboratory because, again, this is going to be a research base. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to specialize it. I can build a mine somewhere else, so we're going to go ahead and build a field lab. No, that's not what I wanted to do. What am I doing? No, stop. Can we stop? That's not what I wanted to do at all. Okay, so there's a mine here. I want it to stay a mine. Okay, that worked. All right. Here, oh, that's perfect. Okay, so we're going to build a mine here in Sardis to deal with that mineral shortage that we're dealing with. Perfect. Now, Thessalonica has a little bit lower morale, but pretty good production since I've built all of the production buildings, and we could use some more population to get more workers, but still, 4 turns for Toxophyllite and 8 turns for Cataphract is almost as good as Byzantium. Now, the Varangian's going to take 17 turns. That's just a waste at this point. Let me just see here if there's anything we would want before we start building more troops. Growth would probably be a benefit for 5 turns worth. This is not necessary because we aren't really farming much here. But, well, I don't know. Stock exchange will give us some money. You know, we have 4 pollution from all the mines. I think we should do a pollution processor. And let's see, 320. Let's just pay it off. And then after that, we can go with a gene therapy clinic. That'll be fine. As you can see, Terra Salvum, since we can watch all their troops, they just have armies everywhere. And okay, we have artillery now. That's good. See this? We're being swarmed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different groups, but this group has 4 units in it. 11, 12. We are consistently outclassed by pretty much everyone. So we're going to have to build some troops right quick to make up for that. We are almost in the mechanization age, which is here, but we've still got a ways to go. So I don't know how the other empires, I mean, they don't have substantially larger cities than I do. I don't know where they're getting all these points to do this, but somehow they are. Increase sight, anti-air weapons. Actually, let's get planes. That would be very useful for us. 6 turns. All right. So we've decided that we're going to make this a science hub, so let's build another laboratory here. And that's it for this turn. You know, I'm kind of surprised. I haven't had much trouble recording this series up to this point, but the FPS rates are really kind of jumping all over the place today. I don't know if there's something special going on with my computer, or I don't know what it is, but it's kind of annoying me. Alright, so let's choose a production for Nicaea, which is losing habitat, but the people are relatively happy. what do we have here already? We have the pollution processor already. So we would need the Wendo apartments at this point. We have a training facility, quantum physics laboratory, because we do have the research base down there. We also have projects. The remote autonomous harvesting is not that useful. It just allows you to, as far as I understand, have your formers harvest resources from tiles that you do not control. I don't know what the planetary market does. I'm assuming it's just a way you could trade one resource for another, but we could do field training. Naval's not that important. This is one big continent on the map, so yeah, none of these are that important. We don't have any. Well, we do have one mine here. And it gives me 2 extra minerals and, yeah, maybe refining array. That makes sense. Alright, a former. Oh, wait, we didn't even own that territory. I thought we did. I was just wrong. Here's our cataphract. He is just going to guard. Yeah, you can see here how their troops are just everywhere. But they do have, you know, level 1 armor. So we should be able to take out 3 or 4 of them. I mean, we wouldn't because these are our allies, but if it were to come to that as a intellectual exercise. Okay. Order units. Where should ye go, former? That's a suburb. Yeah, it's good that we have that. This removes pollution, so I really don't want to have to build on it. I'm trying to expand to one of these because they're just tundra. They're not that useful. Oh, you know what? I've forgotten. Here's what I need to do. I need to build roads to make moving from my cities an easier thing to do. Okay, let's go over here and build another mine. Okay. Now the thing is, since they're ahead of me in technology, I have no idea what that means in practice. Like they, for example, could have technologies that allow them to grow faster than I can. So while I'm trying to narrow the gap, it's quite possible that the gap is actually expanding. And as I said before, it's quite possible that we're not going to win this one. But it's a good learning experience, and they have a expansion pack coming out soon, so we can always try again. The first game that I played as a test, I won quite easily, but again, that was on enemy strength at easy. Now it's on normal. And in both games, I had the alien life set to low. And maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I hurt myself by doing that. Maybe you would want to set the alien life higher to keep the AI nations from kind of running over the place. Alright. I mean, it's almost silly not to build these things since they only take 2 turns each. So we'll do that. Okay. He demands tribute. Screw you, buddy. Out of anybody, I think I could take you the easiest. And we have allies, so I'm not afraid of you. And this is a enemy Galeth. Okay. And the cataphract. This cataphract is designed mostly anti-air, but I think we could take him. So let's give it a try. And we were. Success. So now we're going to have you heal. And that gives them experience, which is good. Okay. Sardis. This place is, our hold here is going to be very tenuous. We have both of our potential enemies challenging us, which is why I'm expanding up north. But we do have the bunker wall finally, so that'll protect our defenders. The production here is quite bad. So I suppose, really, I'm not even sure what to build here. I guess no, training facility. We're not going to actually build troops here. I really don't know. I mean, it's almost not worth, for right now, building anything. Maybe a gene therapy clinic and just have it sit for 23 turns, although it won't actually be 23 turns because it'll eventually grow and go faster. And as you can see, these guys have a strength of 3. my guys, I have a Colonial Trooper and a Cataphract. We have a combined strength of 15.5. So there's not much. They would have to work pretty hard to dislodge us, even with their huge advantages in numbers. Alright, Thessalonica. You are actually doing quite well. No one's researching field training? Alright, we'll do that. And then... this would be really helpful. Alright, we'll try that for right now, and then we'll go straight troops after that. Wow, the Galeth almost took out my Cataphract. They're offering us a gift. Thank you, allies. I appreciate that very much. Now, I think one of the skills of Terra Salvum that I maybe didn't know about before is that they grow really fast. I mean, their cities are gigantic. They might have a benefit or bonus to their growth rate. Although they're kind of trapped up here in the north, I'd really love to see hostilities between them and Noxium Corporation, but it might not happen. They have all these troops, and it looks like they're just moving around at random because they don't know what to do with them. Alright, so here's the road. Can't really see, though, where the roads are going. Okay, so there's a road. So it looks like all their lands already have roads. With me, I don't have that many, so we'll build one here. Now, I don't like the road building mechanic. I wish it was like Age of Wonders 3? Yeah, where you can select the start part of your road and select the end part, and it just goes and does it, instead of you having to go from each square. Although I'm sure if you automate your formers, they will spend their idle time building roads everywhere. Let's see what we have here. Let's build a research laboratory. And here, what are we going to do here? Sardis is doing pretty okay. We're still losing minerals. We are gaining food slightly. That's good. Sardis is actually pretty nice. But what does Former do? Oh, here, I know what the Former's going to do. What am I talking about? The Former needs to build a road to connect Sardis with my frontline lands. There we go. Or, I'm sorry, Sardis is my frontline land, but connecting it to the lands back home. Nicaea. What would I like you to do? Habitat is poor. Let's get some windows. Okay, now we have strike aircraft. Excellent. I will name them and set them up in the next episode, as this one's almost over. Holo Theater would be good. It would increase everybody's morale, but Orbital Bombardment sounds kind of useful too, and I'm pretty sure my enemies already have that. Advanced City Planning, that's a good idea too. Alright, we'll start with that. Oh, we need Guerrilla Warfare. Oh well, we could use that anyway, I suppose. Yeah, this may be a loss. I'm just not that good at this game just yet. I was probably overconfident due to winning the game on easy settings. Well, easily. But it's not always the case. Alright, we now have field training. It'll allow us to gift some experience to our units at the cost of some health, but they will eventually get the health back. Okay, the Former has built the road. Okay, excellent. So I guess we need a road here now. And the Cataphract is idle. Guard. Alright, Byzantium. We have built everything that we possibly can. Really, field training? Oh, I get it. You can build it once per each city, and it will allow you to do it once or whatnot. Let's pump out some... well, not... The thing about the strike aircraft is I know what I want to call them, but I don't know how to spell it off the top of my head, so I'd rather do it between videos. But in the meantime, let's pump out some Cataphracts. Let's do 2 of those for right now, and then by the time that's done, we can start pushing out aircraft. Okay, we don't really need the satellite scan now that I think about it, because we've revealed the whole map, although I guess it would reveal Fog of War, if that's an issue. Build a road. Okay, this Former's here. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to build a road from this city up to the home base. Okay. Another road. And you can build things on tiles that you don't own. I think you just don't get the benefits from them. But a road, I mean, everyone gets the benefits for. Alright, guerrilla warfare, yep. Nicaea. Nicaea's doing okay. And actually, they're a production powerhouse as well. We're losing money, so I'm going to throw in a stock exchange first before we start doing anything crazy. And then, I guess it's units. I'd be eager to see like a graph as to how I compare with the other nations besides just that little paragraph explaining it. Okay, nothing happened in that turn. Okay, Byzantium has grown, but we're not getting extra tiles. Why is that? I am set to, yeah. That is so strange. Let's choose production in Adrianople. Well, our production here is pretty lousy, I would assume. And it is. Let's just, I guess, make life better here. Pollution processor. Thessalonica. I don't suppose it would hurt to have a stock exchange, even though this is a production city, simply because we need the money, as you can see. And we're still slightly losing minerals. Okay, we'll do that. And our road is set up here, so now let's build a road over to Thessalonica. And we have a new cataphract, and this cataphract has the pulse laser. I don't know what the question mark. No, it means we haven't told it what to do yet. Right. Well, let's move them down to where our enemies are. Potential enemies, that is. You are going to build a road here. You are going to build a road here. Alright. So our cities are growing, but they're not adding tiles. That's very strange. And another Galeth, really. Well, we'll do to you what we did to the last one. You are not a pretty creature. Alright, we have our advanced city planning project. Probably it'd be best to build that in Byzantium. Oh, here come our tanks. Excellent. Build another road, or we'll just wait, I guess. And fine. Up here. Choose research. If we wanted to, we could go into the mechanization era now. Let's see if there's anything here that we need. Mass cloning will increase replication, so it'll allow more population, but you have to build something for it. This will improve your food, aeroponics. This was what we really need, the robotic excavation, because it allows a bunch more minerals. Then we have Gauss armor, which is really cool. I don't know why it says 1 on it. And customization. It's a building, but it gives you +4 rank for new units. That's pretty good. Let's go with the mining here. Alright. And we have another cataphract. The lethal defenses of the object having been bypassed. Okay, so basically what this is all saying is that we found a ruin, and our expedition went to this ruin and has turned on some kind of alien tech. And they're saying, upon activation, nothing has happened. It oriented its peak to a nearby star and started projecting a super high-frequency beam. It doesn't seem to carry any information, though, and no one knows what it does. People are cautiously optimistic, but should they be? We'll find out in the next episode of Pandora First Contact. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Marcus Aurelius. Have a good one.